I didn't push play. We're just going to stare at the screen all day unless I press play. Nate Command.
What is up, my friends?
What's up, Nate?
Welcome to another one of our
How you doing?
Wednesday Magic the Gathering Arena live streams. Today's going to be another gameplay stream, so we're going to go through, try to kill out some of these quests.
Kill them out, man.
And I do have
Kill
some
them
updates
out.
for you guys. I'll get to them a little bit later on. But we've got a patch coming next week, right in time for Valentine's Day, for all of you lovers out there. And it's kind of a...
Smooth Nate. Oh my goodness. He's so smooth. He's so smooth. New patch next week. Super hyped.
fan appreciation thing. So I'll fill you in on a little bit of what the details are
Yeah.
later on. First, I'm going to make you suffer through helping me build decks and watching me play Magic again.
And we do suffer, folks.
But
we
it's
do.
been a lot of fun hanging out. If you guys who hung out with us last week, actually had an utter blast. That last game that we played with that black-green deck was super cool. You can check it out if you sift through the innumerable videos that we've got in the Twitch archive. You should also check out if you didn't watch last night's premiere of the Team Modern Super League. It was really cool. So definitely go back and give that a look.
Nate is requesting to go back and check his stream for his black-green win. It's a little much, Nate. It's a little much. But Modern Super League is pretty sweet. If you guys did not check that out on Magic, it's one of those Randy Bueller things. I'm so on Randy Bueller as a Twitch host. I think he's mean behind the scenes, kind of. But it's a cool format if you guys didn't see it. So there's like 2 teams or lots of teams. And I think they have 3 players on each team. And it's kind of a King of the Hill format. So 2 players face each other. Whoever wins has to keep the same deck. And then someone else from that team challenges the person with a new deck. And they get to choose between like 3 or 4 decks. And then they try to take over the King of the Hill, and whoever wins, you have to keep playing the same deck. So everyone knows what deck you're playing. So when the next person comes in, they can play a deck that's like supposedly, would be very good against that kind of deck, which you can do a lot in Modern. So I only saw 1 game, but it was sweet.
I'm going to start things off today by, I guess, jumping right into the game. So let's go on in.
Let's jump in, guys.
With you guys. I know that you guys asked me a bunch of questions, so I'm going to try to do my best to get through them as we are working our way through the quests and everything today. Let's see. First things first, these are our quests. I
Full quests.
could wash them away, but in all fairness, these are the kinds of quests I like because I like deck building restriction quests. The one thing I don't like is blue, green, and black, white are already pretty straightforward things. So if we're going to be doing any of these quests, we're not going to be...
Don't do it, Nate.
I don't want to take them the most traditional route. I don't want to have to build a
He should go
An
traditional.
explicitly aggro vampire deck. So let's do something sweet.
Should definitely go traditional.
Yes, also, yay, sweater. It's a different one. Today's my super sweet Magic the Gathering
Sweater hype?
sweater. This is literally the only one of these that exists right now because this was supposed to be a Pro Tour sweater, but they incorrectly made it, and so it got sent here, and obviously someone misprinted a cardigan for a game I work on. I just snapped it up real quick. All right, so...
Can you imagine Nate scrambling for that one cardigan? The thing is, Wizards seems like a place where there might actually be a fight over cardigans. He's probably not the only dude who cardigans around. I don't know. I love that this sweater is a thing every stream. It's one of my favorite things. Jeff Kaplan. Is that the comedian?
I guess while I'm on the quest, I'll dribble out some of this patch info, and
Thanks,
then
Nate.
I can also recap it for you at the end. Just so you all know, I saw someone ask earlier if there's going to be an account wipe along with this patch. There is not. We're testing the economy
account
right now,
wipe.
and it is not very smart for us to reset the progress that you guys have got. We actually
That's
need
exciting.
to get data because it's helping us make some of our decisions. And one of those decisions is actually with quests. We're kind of doing a minor revamp on some of the quests. I saw some people in the quest or in the chat earlier when we were chatting about recycling their quests, especially the win, like the 150 gold quests or whatever that involve you winning your match with a particular color combination deck. We're actually changing that. Last I'd heard, we were updating some of the quests to have better rewards for people. We also have data. One of the big pieces of data that comes out of quests is every time you click this button right here and recycle your quest, we get to know which quests you're recycling. So it's very clear to us when there are massive spikes of people who don't want to do a particular quest. It's probably not a quest that we should have in the game. So we're going to be getting rid of some of the quests that people just aren't wanting to do. I'm going to try to look at replacing them with things that people are more.
This is so wrong. This is incredibly wrong. This is going to come up 3 or 4 times, and we talked about this last stream, but this is just so wrong. We're not recycling the quests because they suck. I would play any quest if it was 500 gold. Any quest. I don't care what you do. I would do it happily if it's 500 gold. We're recycling because they're cheap quests. The only way to truly test which quest people like is to make all the quests the same. Like every quest 300, and then you would actually find out which ones they're recycling because they don't like. But this is just a travesty of data analysis, if you ask me. It's just outrageous that they think. I mean, maybe they have enough metadata so that like some 150 quests aren't getting recycled. And so they think those are good, and if they just go from the positive, but if they judge it from the negative, I think this is just a huge mistake. Huge.
Interested in. So that's a nice little revamp to some of these quests. For people like me who love the deck building restrictions, that makes me happy because like some of them were more obscure. Like I love a deck building restriction, but I'm not playing like 15 artifacts. That's just
I'd play 15 artifacts for 500 gold.
That's not what I want to do.
In a second.
Anyway, so
I do it all in one game.
Stuff that we care about right now. We care about killing creatures. We care about playing black and white spells. We care about playing green and blue spells. Do you guys want to do green, blue, or black, white? A note: we're not doing an aggro merfolk deck if we do blue, green. We're not doing an aggro vampires deck if we do black, white. So I'll let you guys decide which of those 2 color combinations we're going to build, and then we'll figure out exactly what we're going to do.
It's bad choices.
All right, so
I don't know. They don't seem aware. I think I have to put something in the forums.
I actually had a black-white control deck built for a while. I really like it. So
I don't think they.
Let's looks like there's more black-white than blue-green. So we'll start off with a black-white deck. As you can see.
Yeah, that's true. Californication.
If you missed it last week, I called this deck "Do Not Delete." That way, I don't delete it because it's my favorite of my decks. This is the black-green deck that we had a really sweet match with. It's an Explore deck. Chupacabras. The good one, not the new one from Rivals of Ixalan, please. Anyway, let's go ahead and make a new deck.
Oh, here we go. All right, now.
Yeah, I do like the fact that my arena client knows me well enough that it didn't give me any deck building restrictions that require me to play play red cards because I am like the anti-Lee Sharp when it comes to the things that I enjoy playing.
Okay, now maybe only Bees and I think this is funny, but we're gonna throw this up here. This is just for deck building. All right.
All right, let's see. So we are looking. We got some uncommon and some common wild cards. I spent all of my rare ones and my mythic ones making Do Not Delete better. So let's start with. We're gonna do black and white, and we're gonna build that black-white control deck. Let's see what we have access to. Chupacabra versus Chupacabra. I mean, in all fairness, like depending upon what the order is, either of those Chupacabras could come out on top.
He has turned 360 on Lurking Chupacabra. He was making fun of it last stream at the beginning.
All right, this is gonna be interesting. Let's see. Do I have Settle a Wreckage? I do. I have a single copy of Settle a Wreckage. This is gonna be an interesting deck. I do not think it's gonna be particularly good, but
right about that, Nate.
Let's get our value cards in there. Let's get some Conquistadors. Those are valuable.
What?
What else do we want to do?
What? Jesus Christ.
You know what
That's
I
the
really
first
like? I
mistake.
Really like this guy. As a value.
You build an all removal, and then
I'm a big fan
Conquistador is your
of
first
creatures that
creature?
provide multiple blockers and might
What?
potentially trade off. So let's see. Will there be a counter added for how many lands are currently in the deck? Oh, I mean, it has them right here.
Nate gets
Sunday
pretty
Red.
sassy on some of these answers.
Maybe you can explain to me a little more what you are asking for when you're talking about a counter.
Not this
for
one. You
the
just
number
wait,
of
though.
lands that are currently in the deck, and I'll see if I can answer that question, or at least pass it on to the
Come
deck
on,
team,
Nate.
'cause
Stay in the circle.
that is a beautiful thing. They are very good at helping out when it comes to
Stay in the
listening
circle,
to
Nate.
people's feedback. Again, most of the changes that we've got coming up in this upcoming patch are responses to a lot of the feedback that we've been getting from people.
He's so value oriented.
All right, what are we looking for
to the
today?
point where it
Let's
just
look
ruins his
for
deck.
Some other removal.
Martyr
cards
Dusk.
we can
That's
toss in.
2 creatures.
I'm
We
gonna
only
put a Bishop of
pay for
Rebirth
1.
in. Yeah, our lone Bishop of Rebirth, because I like Bishop of Rebirth. We're going to play some Skittering Heartstoppers, because we're going to have to slow people down.
Skittering
Let's
Heartstopper.
see. I like Dust
Huh?
Zealots, because I like cards that do things. I like Kitesail Freebooter, because I like cards that do things. I'm not playing Walk the Plank, because lol, Walk the Plank. Let's see.
Ah, man.
Let's see. Are beta invites still going out? Beta invites are still going out. We are through
Get 'em,
the
Nate.
priority queue, so we are now into just inviting people who signed up, and it's going well. We're inviting more people every single day, so that is not seeming to slow down anytime in the immediate future. So it is quite nice. So getting more and more people in, which is also leading to more and more data, which is incredibly helpful.
Queue time
making
seemed
sure
fine
that
for
we
me.
have what we need. All right, let's get some artifact love, and I'm gonna go back and obviously screw around with this and ask you guys what you think I'm supposed to be doing and what I'm not doing.
You can have one of my Zakamas, Void Rager.
Today.
I got 3 Zakamas.
I
I certainly don't need 3.
Let's see. Get a single compass, single treasure map, because we just don't have the cards we need for some of this stuff, which is cool. I'm adding a couple Field of Ruins because I am not a dummy, and that card is going to be super helpful.
He also
All right,
came
so
around
that
full
covers
circle.
a lot of this stuff. Let's see. Now we can get white and black back. What else do we want to add? Let's take a look at our little deck builder.
He came around full circle on Field of Ruin from last stream.
Yes, we can use some more in the middle of the curve. We're building this control-ish deck. Let's see.
Yeah, no, Walk the Plague is a good choice.
Any word on when we
In
will
hindsight.
friends list friendly play? No word, but friends list, social features, things like that are things that the dev team is looking at fitting into the roadmap at some point. Want to make sure that we can get people in and playing the various game modes before we give people additional supporting things that go around everything.
So this is a bit funny. It's a good question. He's asking about, the question is about friendly matches, but also friends lists. And Nate doesn't really seem to answer the friends list part. Bees, I have 20 unused wildcards. You wouldn't want to see my deck builder. But he talks about the friends list a little bit. And social features, but that really has nothing to do with playing a casual game against a friend. But I agree, man. I would rather see an up and running draft. Yeah, I just think they need to get in all the big mechanics first. Friendly is a friendly. Anyway, that was a good question, and we didn't get a great answer.
All right, what do you guys think of Snubhorn Sentries? Is playing a 1/1, a 1-mana 0/3 that turns into a 3/3 later in the game worth putting a couple in?
Snubhorn Sentry.
One Sheltering Light? No.
What's he doing?
No, not putting Sheltering Light in.
But Sheltering Light is too bad for him. But Snubhorn, maybe.
Let's put in. What do I want to put in?
What do you want,
Sentry,
Nate?
very cute, buddy. Let's put in a little dino friend. I'm gonna put a couple of Kinjali Sunwings in because that card.
Sunwing seems
pretty
fine.
good. I want to put a Queen's Commission in. Expiring Cleric can keep you alive in trade. I agree. I did say how much I love cards that do things, and Inspiring Cleric is the definition of a card that does a thing. So, all All right, let's go play with these numbers because obviously
Inspiring Cleric.
Bad. We don't need
A one of Inspiring Cleric?
What are we looking at? 4 drops.
What are we doing, Nate?
So
Let's
I
get back to our chart in the course.
Bishop of Rebirth,
And Jace.
So I kind of want to go play around with, let's see, we got a bunch of
What are we doing right now?
Have a dinosaur, have some pirates. Maybe I want to toss Grim Captain's Call in because I am a sucker. And that also gives me the ability, we should go back and take a look. Bishop of Rebirth, we should take a look at our 3-drop creatures and see if there's any other cool little value creatures that we might want to toss in.
Value, man. You can't get
We
enough.
Honor Guard. The problem is let's see, we've got 1 ETB, 2 ETB. I think we have too much reliance on some of our ETB stuff to want to play
He's right there.
Honor Guard, so we're not going to...
Honor Guard would screw his deck.
What are we looking at for removal? What do we actually have in the deck? We've got a couple Ixalan's Bindings, Yas, 1 Settle the Wreckage, so that's 3... 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 removal spells. We got a couple. I mean, we don't necessarily
Never
need
enough.
The treasure map, but yeah, maybe we'll get rid of the treasure map and start making.
Never enough value.
I want to put in. Let's see, another copy of Inspiring Cleric. I do want to put Grim Captain's Call in because I am just a giant sucker.
You are, Nate.
Captain's Call. All right. So how many lands does this deck have right now? 12, 24. It's fine-ish. I'll change the numbers up here in a little bit. All right, now we go looking for what are some cool one-offs that we might want to toss in the deck that cost 3 mana or less. Is that a filter I can do? Oh, it is. Oh, look at this beautiful filter.
Oh, filter's so good. Craigasm.
Creatures. What kind of creatures do we have that cost that much? Now let's go take a look. What kind of fun buddies do we want? Inspiring Cleric is just meh, but I mean this deck is kind of looking for things that do something when they come down, get a little bit of value, and then just grinds people out in a long game. So, Exiling doesn't kill.
Nice shard. Welcome back.
That's fine. Like,
don't cut Vraska's Contempt.
Make that go away.
Why?
I'm absolutely not getting rid of Settle the Wreckage though, because Settle the Wreckage is Settle the Wreckage. So, all right, we can get rid of a couple more.
Vraska's Contempt is
things.
good.
I'm making decisions around my Bishop of Rebirth knowing that I have a single one in the deck, but I'm also getting the Grim Captain's Call, which sadly can't get... Man, neither of those can get back to Choop. Choop-a-loop. Right, I'm going to cut... All right. Choop-a-loop. 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 Right, I'm going to cut... All right. You guys get to make the decision. I'm going to cut 1 card and add another creature to the deck of some variety. What do you want me to get rid of?
You still like the duels filter? I don't like the duels filter at all.
What format is this? This is not particularly good.
Bees missed his snipertunity.
Constructed is effectively what I'm playing. Tecatli Honor Guard also hurts us, so we're not really. I don't really want to get rid of that. Forerunner. Which one's a
Cheap-a-loop, guys.
Forerunners? I don't know if I actually
Cheap-a-loop.
I do have 2. Okay.
Look at the value. Come on.
I care about Forerunner. Forerunner does do things. Yeah, no, that's a good point. I should put a Forerunner. All right, so I'm definitely putting a Forerunner in. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to cut this.
Yeah, there you go.
Forerunner
that seems good.
Now I need to cut 1 more card.
He still has 2 Heartstoppers in there.
And I'm going to toss in, I believe... Get rid of that one. I believe the last card I want to toss in because it is a card I have played with to some success at some point is a single Deadeye Tormentor or maybe a Ruin Raider. This deck gains enough life, maybe 1 of each.
Ruin Raider hype.
So let's try to cut 2 more cards real fast. I know Settle the Wreckage is lame for this quest, but I gotta keep it. All right, we're gonna get rid of Call of the Feast, and let's get rid of. Man, this is a tough one.
How about Grim Captain's Call? That card's terrible in your deck.
And we'll just leave it like this.
It is a mush deck. Well, it's actually those Forerunners are good anytime because you can get whatever card you need.
I can confirm that I believe as of right now,
as long as
the
you have a
answer to
good.
that question is no. And part of the reason again is we are in the middle of testing the economy, and so anytime we do any sort of like larger influx of packs or cards outside of like the basic economic system, it actually taints the results of the testing that we're doing. So we need to keep it like it is for right now to make sure that we're getting some fidelity in those test results. So sorry to be the bearer of medium news, but that is the case. There are some plenty of other interesting and cool things going on. So
yeah, no free packs, guys. No free packs. All right, we're out of deck building. We can get Nate back. All right.
Hopefully, when we show that to you guys, you will like what I've got.
Nate wants to
coming
keep
down
it
the pipes.
fidelity.
We'll up with our not particularly great deck.
Sometime next week.
In fact, once we get into the duel scene, I can tell you about one of the other updates that's coming. This is kind of a visual update in the duel scene when you are playing a match of Magic against an opponent, which is what we call this right here. Let's see.
There's those conquistadors
All right,
kicking
two
butt.
Hands, Skittering Heartstopper, Dusk Legion Zealot. I'm keeping this obviously, but gross. Nivik Viking says trading update. The update is that there is no trading, which isn't much of an update because that's kind of what it was before, but it's worth saying again apparently.
That seemed like a dick answer. Didn't it? Came off a little snipey.
So one big update as far as the visuals go is once we get in here, we're moving some stuff, playing around with this turn tracker
Sunday?
right here.
Valentine's Day is
right
Tuesday.
Now it is very subdued, as you can see. This is getting a full visual refresh where these are actually getting set so that they are not only more visible. Oh, boo! Can't block. All right.
Skittering Heartstopper failing already.
Green will be changing to kind of a mythic orange color, and we're going to be moving your avatars and all this stuff to be more centrally located instead of off to the side right here. And the big thing for me is we're also adding temporary stops. So like what you can do is you can click on like the untap, upkeep, draw, first main, your combat stuff, and it'll set a stop, a single shot stop for you. So you can kind of like, I know that during my next upkeep I'm going to need to do a particular thing. You can go ahead and just click on that turn tracker and set that stop. It's based on some of the feedback that we've gotten from people in terms of things that they would want. So,
Holy moly, that's a lot of good information right there. I'm kind of with you there, Shard. Like, if they redo the phase thing and they move our avatars to the middle, like, where is all these graphics going? How are we going to be able to see our hand if the phase things are bigger and our name is down there? I don't like moving it to the middle. I think that's going to get totally in the way. I mean, I guess the idea is people wanted to click damage when you damage someone with like a lightning bolt or something. You want to be able to click on their name. But that seems like it's going to take up a whole lot of space. And I don't like that. But what I do like are the phase stops. Oh boy! Sorry, Cedric. I guess you got cut off there. Phase stops seem great. Phase stops are going to make the game even faster, in my opinion. We have full control, so we're fine. But phase stops kind of mean you don't have to go to full control mode to still gain all the control you need. Super easy way to bluff, setting up phase stops. Like, it almost makes full control obsolete, but it's nice that we still have full control. Like, I really like the options we're going to have once we get the phase stops. We got the full control, we got the full speed with no control where it does as much for you as it can. And now the phase stops. I am pumped. This game is going to be lightning fast, and I am looking for that. Red, white dinos. Yeah, rampaging for Ostodon is good. But this guy's playing Merfolk. You'd rather expose the text box of the cards in hand. Yeah, we'll see how this visual rework goes. But phase stops is great. It is lit.
very happy to be able to do that for people. Okay.
Feel the ruin.
What do I want to do here? I think I'm just going to pass. I don't really need to play another one of these guys here.
Oop.
That's turn. No. Yeah, it's funny. I was hanging out downstairs with the
I understand that,
Wizards
Shard.
like 4 floors, and I work on the top floor.
I understand that.
The dev team like just owns the second floor. Like dev teams, all the like technology.
But the fact that I can
and
play
everything
fast
are
on
all
my
down
side
there.
is just
So
something.
I spend a lot of time going back and forth between the 2 floors. I got to hang out with Chris Clay, who is
Chris Clay hype.
our head designer in charge. And okay, let's see what ends up happening here, because we're almost certainly vanquishing this Mistcloak Herald. Yeah, let's go ahead and vanquish that weak guy. Although I probably could have waited until after combat. My opponent might not have attacked with the Branch Walker at that point. Probably misplay on my part.
Whatever.
Yeah, go ahead.
Nate doesn't care. It's not draft, so he doesn't have to play well yet.
But I was watching
Me too,
him play,
Shard.
and he's been playing on the developer build, which is
But I will say, I do know when they don't have any action in hand. Like, if I play Evolving Wilds turn 1, and then they play like a Forest, and it passes right away to my next phase to see if I want to crack the Evolving Wilds, then I know they got nothing in hand. So I do get information off of that. But normally it just means that I crack my Evolving Wilds and I don't have to wait till end of turn because I know they're not going to play anything because it shuffled so fast to the next phase.
Has got all of that put together right now, so I got to see it in action. It was kind of cool, and saw him make the very first no attackers. Saw him go through. He demonstrated the
Information
temporary
leak?
stop to me. My immediate thought was, I play lots of decks, so I'm just like, all right, I know that I'm going to want to set this for like 3 or 4 turns in a row, and it's a lot easier for me than every single time doing that than
Yeah, I like the end turn button
basically
too.
setting a
It's
stop
awesome.
that always remembers to set there. And he brought up some really interesting points that I'm sure will be explained in the patch notes as to why we're doing that. So why we went the direction that we went. So let's see. That card can resolve. That will be a problem, but it is what it is. Anyway, so that is definitely one of the things that you'll be able to see. Like from my own perspective, it is significantly clear. I'm really interested to see what you guys think once you get to see it. I mean, like again, it seems kind of like a minor thing, but some of these polished things, especially adding that little bit of functionality, is something that does make the game experience a lot nicer.
I think it will.
So there's also some updated visuals. I couldn't get exact clarification on what this is because he only showed me like while he was playing his match, but we're updating the visuals for like the deck builder and the deck manager. Because so basically that entire scene that I spent the last 10 minutes on prior to the game experience a lot nicer.
Listen to this.
So,
I think this is hilarious.
There's also some updated visuals. I couldn't get exact clarification on what this is because he only showed me like while he was playing his match, but we're updating the visuals for like the deck builder and the deck manager. Because
Chris Clay won't even take the time to talk to Nate about what visuals are updating. He's too busy playing the video game to talk to Nate. He's like, yeah, you can look over my shoulder, get what you want from it, but I'm busy playing this game. I'm busy knocking this out. You're on your own, Nate. I think that's hilarious.
So basically that entire scene that I spent the last 10 minutes on prior to getting into this game, they're doing some looking at that.
Well, we're going to get that.
A refresh too. The bigger thing, the one that you guys will actually care
Butt
about
pause.
most
Yeah, I see
out
what
of
you're
all
saying,
this,
Shard.
Is some of the changes that we're doing, like based on feedback to the economy. They're really minor changes this time around. Like that is kind of how we have to function. Is like we turn little knobs here and there to make sure that we're getting to where we need. This is based off of play patterns, based off of the data that we've got, based on feedback. So you guys who've been putting information into the forums for us. And
no problem,
doing a
V-Rager.
wonderful job. Like we're reading everything. It's really making things significantly easier on us. So thank you very much for being so participative in those forums. But we're changing some stuff like increasing like the rare and uncommon wildcard frequency, kind of like situations.
Well, that's good news. That is freaking good news. I think number one, they're going to take commons out of the vault, or most commons out of the vault, and put in uncommons. But also, they just said they're straight up increasing the frequency. So, I mean, I could be playing so many more decks if I had access to more uncommons. The rares are what make a deck great, but a bunch of uncommons can really help fill out a lot of decks. So, sweet. Just another awesome thing from this stream.
some of the situations where you would have gotten like a common wild card previously, you're going to be getting an uncommon wild card in that spot. So it's just kind of making sure that there's slightly more of those higher rarity things in the circulation and in players' ability to collect them starting the next patch. So that should make people a little bit happier when it comes to kind of the rate of acquisition for those cards for their collection. So I already talked about the quest overhaul stuff that we're working on too. Oh yeah, I also forgot. We're apparently adding emotes in the next patch. So.
Holy crap, emotes? Let's do it. What? Emotes? Emotes are exciting to me. Super duper exciting. Now, I will be very honest with you guys. Honest moment here. Emotes tilt me to the max. I take every emote that someone does so personally. Oh, I take them so personally. Everyone is a dagger to my heart. I don't know if kids who are younger than me, who grew up in this internet world, just slough it off, but I cannot. Those things destroy me and they infuriate me so much, but I certainly want them and I'm certainly excited. But man, I know this is going to just rage me. No matter what it is, it could be the most innocuous statement and it is just going to rage me. Unbelievably. I don't know if I'm ready, boys and girls. I really don't. I played Eternal, and they have like 6 emotes or something you can choose from. And I really like it. You can talk with your opponent a little bit. I don't think chat is good, Shard. I think it's too toxic. Plus, then they have to like deal with censors and mods and reporting abuse and stuff like that. I didn't really have any hope for chat. I just wanted emotes. Because I think you can get enough information across. I can understand why you hate emote, Shard, but it's better than nothing. And I think chat is too dangerous. I know it works in MTGO. Yo, Entropy, what up?
Yeah.
How you doing, man? I might have played you yesterday. If your name is Entropy on Arena and not mostly Entropy. We're just talking about some really good stuff, Entropy. We're talking about the new emotes. We're talking about higher uncommons, lower rarity for uncommon wildcards. Okay, then I didn't play you. I don't know. I just think it's a lot of work to censor chat and deal with reporting chat. Emotes, there's no work to be done. Like if you could just have a chat that no one needed to monitor, I'm sure they would put it in, but you got to pay someone every day to watch chat and deal with assholes, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. I'm fine with it. It's better than nothing.
That's going to be cool. As a person who literally squelches emotes on every single game where I'm allowed to, I'm not necessarily looking forward to the well-met spam, but I love it. I'm just kidding. It's a fun way for people at this point to actually be able to engage with their opponents, and it's also nice to let you know that your opponent is there thinking about something. So,
I'm with Nate here. I might have to squelch him too because that stuff infuriates me.
Yes, really emotes, really happening. At least that's based. This is what I've been told. This is what my orange index card of information has let me know.
I want my hands on that orange index card.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. What do you guys think of that? I have no idea whether we're doing a squelch or not. And to be honest, I probably wouldn't squelch at this point. Do I want to stop that guy? I do not want to stop that guy. I'll take the damage. That's fine. I would like a planes.
I don't think they're gonna let us customize. They're gonna be pre-boxed emotes.
All right.
Oh, I'll be using them.
That is not a planes.
I'll be trolling. That's why I think I take it so seriously because I'm trolling people with them if I can.
Probably not winning this game, which is fine.
I hate to admit it to you guys, but
updates or ETA on draft mode. So, like I said last week, we're still finalizing some of the details.
I'm gonna get triggered.
I do not have any brand new information about draft or the NDA drop for you this week. Next week, I expect that next week I will at least I probably won't be able to give you guys a specific date, but I at least can give you a significantly more defined time window than what you currently know, which is soon and or early this year. I'm hoping, if nothing else, I can narrow it down to a couple weeks span. But that's what I'm gonna try to have for you next week. This week right now, I'm sorry, we're still finalizing some of this stuff because surprisingly a lot that goes into all of this stuff in terms of how it's wraps into all the other stuff that we're doing. So we just want to make sure that we have everything right before we give you guys more specific information. So next week, I'm hoping I'll be able to have that stuff for you. That is definitely my plan. My expectation right now is that I'll be able to do it, but we'll see. Life is life. Sometimes things change.
Life is life.
Streaming,
more
yes.
wisdom.
Hopefully soon. All right. I'm going to play this land. And
I should have a collection of Nate's
to block to kill off
wisdom.
my opponent's creature next turn. That way I can add a little bit more on our turn counter. And then I am absolutely conceding this game and I'm going to go on to something where I am not getting crushed and can maybe pay a little more attention also.
We are not keeping track of Nate's record
winnable.
today.
This game hasn't been winnable for 2 or 3 turns. I guess if I drew runner, planes, settle the wreckage, that would get us out of there.
Which he basically does, right? Or is that
we'll
the next game?
Yeah, I'm curious. This ought to be fun. You guys should toss in if we're doing emotes, what kind of emotes do you guys want to see? Toss them in chat. I will gladly sift through this chat log and take those back to the dev team. I know they've already got stuff picked out, but
let's do that. Let's do that, folks. Normally I don't put up the chat, but this chat definitely deserves it. You guys can spam your own if you'd like. Of what you would like for an emote. But let's check out chat for a bit here.
I love crowdsourcing this from the people who are going to be using
Good game. Greetings, Traveler. Lucker Dog.
PJ Salt.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
I will block.
Are you guys not seeing this? Oh, I see what happened. All right. We gotta do this. Boop.
Here. That has happened.
Well met. Never lucky. Salt emote. Tilt emote.
All right. What do you get me, friend? What do you get me, Mr. Duskweed?
Flood emotes. Baby rage.
And the worst part about
Squid.
this is it's not even
Easy
quarter.
clap.
I can't ghost quarter my own land so that I can go get a plane.
Reported.
Butts.
Judge.
All right. Well, that was fun. I'm gonna see. Good game opponents.
It's coming.
Salt emote and a tilt emote. I love how your first place that you guys go is ways to mock my opponents. Bienvenido.
Butt emote. That's the Fresh Prince. He's rocking his emotes.
Bible thump for top decking lands.
Bienvenido.
Top decking like a pro. Man, where are the friendly? Come on, where's the wholesome meme emotes? Show me some Show me some nice emotes,
Handshake.
loving emotes that let your opponent know that
Fish.
you respect them as a
Nice
Magic
job,
player,
jerk.
even though you are currently destroying them in the game that you're playing.
Thank you.
Kilaka says BM emote is needed.
Punt.
Sloth face is a good emote. It's like that would actually be amazing if like it was just like
Sloth
a
face.
thought bubble appears next to their head and sloth face is just the thing that's there.
All right. I think we got enough out of that. Anyways, there's some good ones in there. Recorded typing and voice chat instead of the ones from the Steam's Duels of the Planeswalkers chat will be a better measure to make in order to protect our playing comfort from rude and abusive players. Trying to figure out why his opponent didn't swing out there. Ugh. Ugh. Give it to me. Give it to me. Boop. Top tier. You talk about top deck? There could be a top deck one. Top tier. I guess that's like a try-hard emote. Was the last guy playing around settle? I can't
things
remember.
Like nice play are fun to me because like depending upon how you want to use that, it's the same as like well played, like the preemptive well played that you see places where people give stuff like it's like saying GGW like GG well played to your opponents like when you're about to crush them. There are a few moments in life for me that are more cathartic when someone does that to me. And then I absolutely destroy them and give them the GGWP back. Like it makes me so happy as a human. I am losing.
Me and Nate are more alike than I thought. That BM of saying good game before the game's over and then coming back and winning, you can't spam enough emotes after that. Pay for emotes. Oh my god, I might have to.
This game.
Yeah, I don't really remember the board state Californication.
That's okay.
2 Merfolk deck.
Nope's a good one. I like Nope.
2 Merfolk decks.
When can we stream? I will have additional information on when you can stream next week, I believe. So
he believes. I believe.
I've been saying this for a few weeks now. I know. I'm sorry.
I believe in Nate.
This is kind of an announcement for an announcement of sorts, but this is a big moving thing, and we're planning a lot of really cool stuff. At least I think they're really cool. I might be biased because I'm the one working on it, but some pretty cool stuff for people who are interested in streaming and making videos, and there's just a lot that goes into it. I want to make sure we get it right because we don't want to do anything that would screw things up. All right, well, let's see. I'm gonna.
What? Why is he talking about super cool stuff again? What is super cool about lifting the NDA? It's just you do it or you don't. I don't get what's so super cool that he keeps talking about. I really can't figure it out. I don't know, people. I still play my red deck a little. I play Izzet's Pirates, and I've been playing a little Naya Enrage lately. I got 2 Trapjaw Tyrants and a Needletooth Raptor, and I'm trying to do stupid things with those guys. But I think what most people see in Arena are red-green dinos and merfolk still. Setting them up for disappointment.
I use this guy as a roadblock. Need to at least slow things down a little bit. Get wrecked, son. Much respect, by the way. That would go over really well. Access
of Mortality does sound fun. I have 0.
What do I want to do this turn?
Sounds very fun.
Sure, we're just going to continue to be mana efficient.
Whether or not it's any good, I don't know.
Play this card. Go hunting. I do want to take that action. What do I want to get? I don't think we're playing Bishop of Rebirth anytime soon. I think this is an Inspiring Cleric.
Yikes.
Let's get Inspiring Cleric.
That's the best you can get with your Forerunner?
Yeah, we will not be attacking. And I will very happily double block on this Mistbinder here if our opponent decides to attack.
Hey, Kelly Galetto.
Streaming. I can't really answer that question because I am not 100% positive right now of the exact date that we are going to be allowing either streaming or doing the next account wipe. So, I don't know. All right.
Pete Rager has long emotes.
Blow us out with River Herald's Boon.
Low Curve Pirates. Fathom Fleet Captain
at
and
least if they
Poisoner.
River Herald's Boon, it gives us a great Chupacabra target.
Black green. I love my black green deck. It's not very tribal. Any control deck.
Yup.
That's about it. Maybe a mono red deck, though I don't trust that to be good.
This is
Or
not
a favorable
opponent.
winds deck.
But this is also the reason why I laughed at putting Walk the Plank into our deck. All right. This is a 6 power swing. I'm very happy with that. We're really close to dying anyway. Although I think we're fine. Like, this is not the same opponent. But this is also the reason why I laughed at putting.
All right, so pay attention to the numbers here, folks.
Walk the Plank into our deck. All right.
That's a 4/4 Mistbinder.
This is a 6 power swing. I'm very happy.
Isn't that an 8-point power swing? He gets 4 from the Mistbinder, 1 from each of the creatures, but then he's also putting 2 of his own on board. Did you guys call that an 8-point or a 6-point? Yeah, just green-black value. Just play the best. Just play Chupacabras and some Explore creatures. And then maybe some Veraskas or Tetsamaks or something. Access of Mortality plus Bloodfast plus Vanguard. Seems good. Like, if you can hold up Settle, Access of Mortality seems really good. But Access costs, what, 6? So you need 10 open mana with quadruple white. All right, 1 sec, guys. Gotta do what you gotta do.
Happy with that. We're really close to dying anyway. Although I think we're fine. Like,
hey, Huge. What's up? Yeah.
let's see. That's fine. I can't block your 3/3. You got me, man.
I have to show this to Huge because he appreciates this kind of stuff.
Based on blockchain technology, and if not, why?
You like that, Eugenides? 4 Ragers on his
That's all
third
you
cup
get.
of
All you
coffee.
get is a mournful head shake to that one. There's a blockchain for you. That's actually not really a chain. I just had one blocker. Okay, let's do some things. Let's make an Inspiring Cleric, which can block his 3/3 and gain 4 life. I think we're actually doing pretty well right here with the Grim Captain's Call that can currently get back a single creature. But
should have cut those,
doesn't
Nate.
seem terrible at this point.
You should have cut those.
Yeah, we'll just let our opponent do their thing.
Grim Captain's Call is just not that good.
What are the dots in the hourglass on the side? This is the timer bank function that we added as a kind of a test. Cool. As a test for the way that we want to do timers in the game. Ooh, I haven't seen that Kumena animation. That was really sweet.
How has he never seen a Kumena animation? Bees pointed this out last night. How have you never seen a Merfolk deck play Kumena? Are you even playing the game, Nate? What? Right? Completely exposed. Once again, Dark Knight Bees. The hero we deserve. Pointing out the fact that he has never seen a Kumena played. How is that possible? I don't know.
Basically, the way that works is early turns of the game when you are, flying pretty quickly through your turns.
Wow. Of course you did, Ninja. Nice job, Ninja.
Boy! That over time,
That's a sweet crack.
If you go on any particular longer turns later in the game, it kills off these pips, basically. The hourglasses represent time extensions. And so you get to spend your faster playing turns picking up time extensions that you can use later on. All right, well, that's not terrible. Let's start off with this.
I don't know what a good timer is. I think it's just too hard. I mean, maybe the chess clock is the best way to do it. But I don't think Nate was sarcastic at all. And he won't draft Merfolk because he's good at draft. And we all know that Merfolk is probably going to be terrible in draft. I don't know. If you guys want to talk about timer right now, you can. I don't think there's any way to make everybody happy with timers. And setting a chess clock then means that there is a certain amount of time that you can rope someone, whether it be 15 minutes, 25 minutes. I don't know. It seems okay. Sometimes it does feel like super slow to me. I know, huge. That's what happens to everyone. There's just a lot of good dinos. But I don't know. If you guys have any opinions on timers, you let me know. But I think it's fine. Nothing's going to be great. Sometimes you do need longer time. Sometimes you need shorter time. Yeah, the darkest of sides.
And see where it gets us. It's also nice because if we put this guy in
At least
play,
go Naya, man.
gives us
At least
another
go
thing to
Naya.
get back with our Grim Captain's call.
Or
I
be
need
a
to find
true
way
baller
to
and go
this
green-white
stuff.
dinos.
Like real bad.
God, Kumena is a beating for him.
Kumena is going to the one advantage we had was that we were beating our opponents on cards and had a much better long game than they've got. And Kumena puts the kibosh on that. So
Nate is losing the value race.
Not gravy.
Nothing more painful for Nate.
Undo for tapping mana, you can already do that. Control Z,
Microtransaction.
basic undo function, backs you up. So you can make sure that you undo should you make a mistake. Yes, do your thing.
I'm sorry, I talked over that, but that's an important point. In fact, Eugenides, we were talking about that. He just talks about using Control Z to untap mana. You can also get out of the illegal blockers. Did you ever try that, Eugenides? Did you ever get the illegal attacker thing and Control Z out? It's useful. Control Z is very useful in this game.
Will B and R be reflected on MTG Arena just like Paper Magic? When the format that we're playing on MTG Arena is the same as the format you're playing in Tabletop Magic, the banner restricted lists will match for those formats. So, like if a card is banned in Standard,
seems fine.
and we're actually playing
No
Standard
problem
on Arena, it's going to be matching. Like Standard is Standard no matter where it is. So. Will this game be on the Switch? I know that there's some sweet cardboard stuff that's being done right now, and Cardboard and Magic have history with one another, but we should probably, I'll leave that one up to the dev team.
What is that about? I couldn't figure out what that's about. Are they talking about the Nintendo Switch? And what is Cardboard Magic? Can anyone give me any info on that? Because I don't know what he's talking about there. You don't need Control Z, huh? Cardboard Nomad, of course, knows about it. So they're talking about trying to play this game on Nintendo. All right.
All right. Anyway, let's get this into play? Question mark.
Nate.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do this now. Get myself planes.
What is that voice? Get myself planes. I like it. I'll tell you what, I like it.
And I will be attacking with my Kinjali Sunwing. 'Cause I can. That's right. Gotta instill that fear in our opponents.
Is that what you're doing? You're at 9.
Oh no. Oh no, he has a thing. No.
Get crashed.
Alright, fine.
Nate has resigned to have go 0-2 today.
So Nate will have more information about the NDA in next week's live stream. Thank you, Magic. You're doing the good work there. Is there a tutorial? I believe the team is actually working on something that will function as a new player experience now. So at least concepting what it's going to look like. Because obviously...
Well, that's new news too. The stream is awesome. There's so much going on in this stream. Tutorial. He calls it the new player experience. I'm glad they're working on it because this game needs it. If you come into this game cold, you don't know what the hell's going on. Nate's your favorite arena streamer. God damn it, Ninja. He's mine too, I guess. Nate and I have a special relationship. Huge. It's very special. Yeah, tutorial's good. My guess is it won't be as good as Duels. Just because Duels had a far more developed AI than these guys are going to have. The guys with the real balls have been popping up and trying to stream it.
If we want a bunch of people who haven't played Magic before to be able to come in and understand how things work, that would be beneficial to us. So I do not have any specifics or any inner work knowledge of that, but I believe
it's on the table.
This is an end of turn, beginning of end step here, so I should probably flip this now. Okay. Get myself a tapped, almost Maze of Ith, and our opponent can do their thing.
Why is he...
So what is this?
I mean, I guess he
deck?
kind of
This
needed
is
that
our
planes
attempt
there.
To play black-white control deck to complete our play black and
I would have
white
kept
card
up
quests.
Moment of Craving, personally.
Or do you mean our opponent's Merfolk deck? Because this looks like a real deck. We're not playing a real deck.
Why aren't you, Nate? Because your value drove you to insane limits when deck building?
Full of token creatures. It actually does a lot of stacking. Stacking is a good way to go. Oh no!
Oh no!
Well,
there is a little information there when he talks about stacking. I think stacking does a pretty good job of handling the tokens. I mean, you can see it in the land right there. And creatures work the same. It does a pretty good job of keeping things tidy. Though sometimes, just like Duels, it's hard to count. Like if they have a stack of 10 Polyraptors, it's kind of hard to tell that it's 10. I think there should be like a 10x or something once the stack goes over 5. Because it's kind of hard to tell when those Polyraptors get stacked. It's just like a mess. And you don't really know until they attack and you start assigning blocks how many they actually have in there. I don't know. A little hard for me to handle.
we're gonna not enjoy this turn before we untap and get to Moment of Craving.
Nice, V-Rager. You make me want to get more coffee.
How am I gonna block this turn?
I want to get my stream sponsored by a coffee brand. I think that would be awesome.
I mean, if he offers,
I'd peddle
my
that
opponent
stuff.
offers, I will
Like
definitely
nobody's business.
try to double block the Kumena. So Kumena's probably not coming in. If he would actually just this 4/4 and the 3/2 flyer, I can easily eat this 3 damage, and I will.
Indications for. There is if you mouse over it.
I'll block with my Dusk Legion because we don't care about this guy. This guy literally cycles us a card and prevents some damage.
I can see that too, California.
Sheensack's right. Jank decks are the spice of life.
Jank decks
I'm
are the
actually
spice of
really
life.
enjoying the game as it is right now because this is fun Magic for me. I enjoy the pursuits of endgame. I have, I'm playing legitimate standard decks at tournaments, Magic. The fact that I can't do that anymore, really, other than going to FNM and stuff like that.
Yeah, I'll just figure it out when I play today, Shard.
But
I'll look for it.
I'll
let you know if I can't find it.
I love all of us having incomplete collections, building weird decks to suit weird quest requirements. It is a lot of fun to me. So
I agree. I know there's people who just want their top tier decks to play them, but this kind of reminds me more of duels in this sealed format that Shard calls it. There's still not that much variety in deck building, though. Yeah, maybe there's not variety at all. It's just the same decks. God, I can't tell you how many Dino matchups I played in a row yesterday. But it is kind of a fun state where you don't have all the cards, and we're not just seeing a net deck. Like, if we had all the cards, you guys would just be seeing net decks. Though, once again, since we're in this weird format that's just 2 sets, there's not that many net decks. There you go.
Let's
Which
see.
I am not, Shard.
I need to do this. I can wait until... I can't wait. I need a moment of craving now because I don't want to get Kumaned.
Yeah.
I hope this works.
I like lots of coffee. I'd rather do like a local. Something local, but they probably can't give me any money.
Get out of here. You're not wanted. All right, so I can play this, have a blocker for the... What do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and Aspires. All right, let's drop a Kinjali's Sunwing into play.
You know, if he had that Veraska's Contempt, he might be able to kill Kumena. But he cut that.
Into play and attack with
And instead put in Grim Captain's Call.
Again, gotta instill the fear. Definitely looked at our opponent's life total.
I think for sure uncommons.
From the last attack, and then I remembered and got sad.
What's your vault progress, Ninja? You've cashed in
That rotates what happens to those cards.
2 or 3?
You know what? Believe it or not, that is something we are thinking pretty heavily about. And when that is a thing that happens, before that happens, we will have more information about that. For right now, we're still loading the game up with cards that are currently in unrotated formats. So that is step 1 for us. All right,
God.
I think we can start battling with both of our
Huge.
Sunwings and call to the feast this turn.
You're halfway to your 3rd vault.
Let's do that.
I think
Our
vault
opponent
progress
can
should be enough for
pump their
mythics and
entire team
rares.
with Kumena.
It's the
And
uncommons that really are the
let's
problem
escape
for
the
most
power.
decks.
So we would be trading off one of our Sunwings for this Shaper Apprentice. We do have a Grim Captain's Call back. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Is it
Double
long
Grim
time?
Captain's Call in hand. What
This
the
seems
hell?
like a reasonable play for our opponent to make. Nope, alright, it's still drawing. Okay. Well, I don't think I want to tap like that.
Oh, did I miss it?
I want to tap like this. We'll call it a feast. Make a few lifelinkers. Right now, we still only have vampires in our graveyards, so we're probably not going to do too much with that. But anyway, there's some other stuff I'm working on that I talked a little bit about last week, so I'm kind of curious about taking your guys' temp about it. I'm really interested in doing more streams and making them a little bit longer, even
You
like
think
as
so,
we
Shard?
start to move into areas
No,
of the NDA
please.
drops, and we're allowing more people come in. Where we'll obviously want to, like, rather than coming to hang out with us, we'd rather you
get
guys go hang out with them because
Stomped by Merfolk twice.
part of the fun of generating that content is having cool kids come and hang out with them. But that would be like, streaming more days a week, trying to extend the time and rotate more people through. Like, I know you guys, like, just thoroughly enjoy the time that we get to spend together. But I think it'd be kind of cool to get some of people who work in the building other than me into this seat doing more streaming. People on the dev team, people in R&D, yeah. I'm just curious what you guys think of that.
Nate trying to beg us to tweet to get him to stream more. How about you let us stream, Nate? I don't want more Nate streams. Like, really, this one has a ton of information in it. If you give me all the information in one stream, that's all the streams I need to watch of Nate's gameplay. I'll tell you that. I'm not tweeting that I want 2 hours of Nate. If he's only got an hour worth of information, that's how long I want the stream. There is something to be said for getting Chris Clay on stream because that guy answers questions in a way I enjoy. But he's begging us to get more booth time. What about live the NDA? Isn't that your main job? How about you do that instead of doing an extra 30-minute stream? Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness. So no thank you, Nate. No thank you. That's my answer to that
Please
question.
Feel free to attack. I will Spires of Arousco you. It's funny. We've Paul just got back from Spain.
I don't know who
so
Paul
I have
is.
yet to actually have an opportunity to talk to him about that. But let's see.
I thought they said they're upping the uncommon percentages. I don't know about the rares, Ninja.
Spires now. No, get out of here.
Nate. He's just hoarding all the arena streams. Now he wants to shove it in her face and go longer.
Don't worry, you guys asking questions about ETA.
That's what he said last stream. But I agree, Shard. But he claimed that last stream.
The end of the stream for you. So. Yeah, I probably should have mazed this guy and just taken the 4. I can't attack anymore. I really need to find a way to kill something, or I need to get myself into a. I need to draw a settle the wreckage and trick my opponent somehow. So.
Sounds good.
Does Paul wear sweaters? Paul does wear sweaters, actually.
By the way, that's the first time he asked for the settle. That's time number 1.
Not as regularly as I do, but I have seen it happen. We are in some serious trouble here. I don't think any of these actually help us, especially not with this board. Yeah, we're gonna try to get ourselves into a situation where we can whittle our opponent's board down. In the next couple of turns, we'll draw our settle the wreckage, because that's how Magic works.
Mention number 2.
We'll be able to settle the wreckage away, our opponent's entire board.
Calling on settle.
Everything will be great. I have the heart of the cards.
I should invite
You won
Nate.
one game before ending the session? Nah, probably not. Like,
No,
we're
you
playing
won't.
slower decks. Last time when we got to clear stuff out, like we played a much better deck than this, and we also played that blue-white aggressive deck last time too that we built, and just
He likes that deck.
steamrolled people because it's really hard to stop 3/3s with flying for 1 mana.
He went 1-1 with that blue-white flyer deck. I don't know how it got changed into steamrolling people. He went 1-1 last week. If that's a steamroll, okay.
Oh no. Yeah, okay. All right, this isn't good. It's also not bad, but it's certainly not good.
Yeah, the guy's deck is a good Merfolk deck, and Nate's deck is
This
crap.
is when it is officially too late for us to draw Settle the Wreckage, which means that we
Third
are
mention
going
of
to draw
settle.
Settle the Wreckage. After this game, we're going to take one of our other decks out for a swim. So
I don't know if
all
it's
we really need to do
Balchion.
is do blue or green or white or black. They don't need
I
to
guess
be
he
blue.
was away on the thing.
We happen to have a blue-white and a black-green deck. So maybe we'll take out either the Chupa deck or we'll take out the blue-white deck.
I would like to see Palchion stream
Blockers.
Arena.
All right, let's see.
I'd watch that.
Let's move to block. You go here, you go here, you go here, and those are my blockers.
Is he chumping everything here? Is he not doing any trades?
You stop attack. I'll take 3. Let's see. Oh, I won't. I won't. The only dinosaur deck that I have played in MTG Arena is a green-white dinosaur control deck, which I would happily play that one again. Settle the wreckage. We're doing it!
You guys see the thumb in the background? Oh my god. We definitely have to watch that a few more times.
A green-white dinosaur control deck, which I would
I
happily
love the
play that
thumb.
one again. Settle the wreckage. We're doing it! We're doing it! We're doing it! A green... We're doing it!
Oh man, that's funny.
Okay.
He's so happy.
All right, no one tell our opponent. Shh, shh, shh.
Hope they're not watching.
Shh. No ghost, no ghost.
The thumb dude says they're
Numot ghost.
ghosting. Look how happy he is.
This is what happens when you have the heart of the cards.
Oh my god, I love this. This is actually pretty funny, I guess. I didn't really understand. I don't think maybe Ninja told me. Someone was telling me about the heart of the cards being some term, but the way he uses it is actually pretty funny. So,
Oh no, oh no.
props to the heart of the cards.
This isn't even my favorite
Yeah, I
someone
know.
gets the card they're looking for moment for Magic. I remember when who was it? Owen Turtenwald was streaming at one point, and I think it was a Vintage Cube or something like that, and was begging to draw Black Lotus or begging to draw Ancestral or one of the Power 9 cards in his deck, and apparently Worth was watching him, and a gift box, basically a screen popped up on his Magic Online account, just said, plea for power, because Worth had given him a plea for power. In response to his plea for power, it was fantastic.
How is Nate comparing his Settle the Wreckage pull to this, like, best pull he's ever seen on stream? From Owen Turtenwald with Worth, like, hacking the game to go in there and give him a card? How is Nate's Settle pull, like, on par with that? Yeah, I think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is where I heard it. That's what someone told me. I don't get... Nate gets very excitable on stream.
All right, opponent. You have me dead to rights. Please attack me with all of your creatures. Keep going. Keep going. If you give me an attack that I can withstand, I will definitely withstand it.
He is talking game. We do love
Problem
Nate.
is I can't get myself into the spot where
He's the
my
heart of
opponent
Arena.
has enough. Oh no. Oh dear. They figured it out. All right, 5 creatures is not. Let's see if I have to block 4 of them.
His timer should not be
and
running.
then
The
my
other
opponent
dude just
should
took
have to- man.
the other dude just took a ton of time setting up these attacks, and then the second it goes to his blocks, his timer's already burning down. That's garbage. That timer is broken. Broken.
The fact that I can't just get my opponent to go all in, yeah, he's gonna play around it. I know he is.
He
so.
should not be on a timer. He just got the block.
That's fine. Let's see if I can. Let's see. Maybe they'll make a mistake.
Now, it could be a visual bug. We'll see if he uses a timeout. I think it's done.
Spire's your flyer.
Yeah, but that was no time at all. That thing
All right, we're
flipped
gonna
the second
Grim
it
Captain's
got to
call.
him.
Oh, I should've
I
blocked
agree
this
with
one
that,
so I
Sharp,
could
but
get more
I think it's very broken.
Captain's call. That's a mistake on my part. Oh my.
How's that
So I
Conquistador
can't
treating
play
you?
that, though, 'cause
Look
if I
at
play
that
and
hand.
Don't play all of the cards. My opponent will know. So what can I do here? I Grim Captain's Call, and I get back a...
I don't think so, Shard. I think it's really broken.
I think I get back...
This might not be the best
Martyr
example of it.
Dusk, and then I play Martyr of Dusk. Like that. And then I pass the turn and cry.
Mono Vamp Grim Captain Call.
Let's see. Let's see if we can get him to fall for it. There's no chance, but maybe. What I really want to happen is I want our opponent to swing in with everything next turn, and then we settle the wreckage, and they just have a counterspell. I'd be very happy about that.
I agree. March of the Drowned or Recover are probably better than Grim Captain's Call in most cases.
Oh, I know they won't. Like, there's no reason to, which is why it's never going to happen. But I mean, I wasn't supposed to draw the Settle the Wreckage either, so we can beg. Maybe it'll happen. Like, just because they played it around at every other turn doesn't mean they're going to play around it this turn.
Are you talking about Recovery Ninja? Or are you talking about Grim Captain's Call?
Oh yeah, I'm totally ready to get blown out. Signal and Settle the Wreckage. But maybe it's tricksy because like my opponent will see the Spires of Erazka and not remember that it taps for mana too, and just think that I don't have the mana available.
Spires is a little tricksy.
Look like that is going to be the case.
But Nosh seems to be right on top of this game. You love Recover, right now.
Oh man, I waited a turn and I got a 6th creature.
You gotta sweep
Whatever.
the board. Sweep it up.
I'll exile all of my opponent's creatures.
Not all of them,
And here
Nate.
comes the counterspell, and then I concede crying. All right, so put a bunch of lands into play, and you still got a whole bunch of cards in your hand, and I'm still just super dead. So,
Well, so is Journey to Eternity.
where do you see library size? You can hover over it, just like this. 31. I have 36. Believe it or not, our opponent has drawn more cards than us with a Kumena that came down like 7
Oh,
weeks
he's
ago.
so jealous of the card draw.
So
So
that's where you
jealous.
can find it. Yeah, 4 mana open with 2 white. What could it mean? Who knows? It could mean anything. It could be a boat.
Could be a boat.
But Kumena doesn't need a speaker. Kumena has done plenty of speaking for Kumena's self. Oh, really?
That's what I run.
you said.
Cardboard.
Would you like to put that into your graveyard? You would not. That is an acceptable decision. All right.
booty.
Let's see. Am I just dead on board to I am. So, let's see. Let's try to not die.
You need your Choop. You need Choop. Right here, Recover would be way better.
Oh man, I should have tapped that mana for myself because I'm pretty sure this is our option, and it is not a good one now that it tapped our black mana for us. But it didn't know what.
Burned by auto tapping. For all you duels players out there, this will be very familiar. But it can happen here in Arena 2, boys and girls, so check your mana. You can check your mana by dragging your card out onto the screen, and it'll show you what it'll do, or just manually tap always on your own anyway. But you can get screwed by auto tapping. And I don't think there's any perfect algorithm for auto tapping, so it'll always be something you can be screwed by.
What our play was. It's okay. Our play was to try to draw a removal spell that would allow us to kill this card instantly, like a Vanquish the Weak or something like that, which we definitely didn't get. All right, let's play another white card, and then we will concede the game to our opponent's Kumena. They're
Who he's
incredible playing around our Settle the Wreckage. That was not at all obvious by anyone. Take action? I would like to take action. I'm only getting 2 so that they know that we have another one in our hand. And then I'm conceding. Good game, opponent. I'm losing my circle and my star.
Good game, Nate.
All right, so we got all the way there. Sweet.
Sweet.
Which gives us, if I'm not mistaken, enough
Pack
to
hype?
go to the store and get myself a new pack. Give me pack. I would like a Rix pack this time. So let's open it. Now let's go open our Rix pack. As you can see, we've not made a whole lot of progress towards our vault, but I have not had a chance to play very much.
That's his
recently,
second vault,
so
as far
also
as we
why
know.
My blog was completely full.
Should we play the counting game here? Oh, that stupid arrows right in the way, but I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that what you guys count? Cards?
Path of Metal. Who was saying it earlier? It's a sign.
We spent all yesterday talking about Path of Metal. If it's a sign, we started it. We were there. We spent all day. So it is a sign. That's crazy. Pre-recorded.
All right. I need to start grinding some cards so I can get some gold wild cards and build ourselves a Path of Metal deck.
What do you mean by that, Beast?
All right. Let's play one. The quest name's finalized. Very little is finalized at this point. That's the whole point of this beta. So if you guys don't like our quest names and make fun of them, it would not surprise me if we change them. But please leave that for the forums. Let's see. I got enough time to run one more game with a real quick deck. So let's go change this to the really fast deck. And we will play the really fast deck.
I don't think you can fix the auto tapping. There's always going to be some decision tree that doesn't work.
Cards on the booster packs themselves. We do have draft packs that will be what you draft with, and those are more packs. The full real quick deck. So let's go change this to the really fast deck. And we will play the really fast deck.
We have to go back here.
Let's see. Just 8 cards. Yes, 8 cards on the booster packs themselves. We do have draft.
So he doesn't even notice that he got a 6-card pack. Like, I don't know if chat's trying to troll him there by saying, are they 8-card booster packs when it clearly showed 6? You can manually tap Arch. I don't know what you really mean by that, Bees. It works just like any other dual land. It brings up 2 choices. You can tap for land or you can draw a card. You can make auto tapping a lot better. I don't know. It's just, especially unclaimed territory. Like, that's a super tricky one. I feel like that should generally be tapped first whenever you're playing a creature, but it gets tapped last right now. But that's like the only non-special land that you want to tap first. I do not know.
Packs that
I don't know.
you draft with,
I just do a little of both.
Those are.
I manually tap what I need to get it right, and then I let the auto tap go.
14 cards, I think it is now. Because we don't need the basic lands in digital, and we can give you all the basic lands. So let's keep this.
I really don't know which auto tapping is better because I just don't do too much auto tapping or fully.
Time Archer, go!
But I know like half auto, half manual is way easier to do in arena than it is to do in
this
duels.
Deck has a favorable wins in it. This deck is very fast. Oh, that is adorable. You are such a pretty little tiny ground bug.
All right, first of all, he played Skittering Heartstopper, but Nate just gets out of control confident here with this deck. He's out of control confident. He's already making fun of his little ground creature. He's showing off his favorable wins. Just hold on to your hats, boys and girls, because this is a heck of a ride.
Tiny ground bug means nothing to me, for I am in the skies. Let's see. How do you use the wild cards? Basically, when you're building your deck, if you don't have enough of a particular card, you want more baffling, and it's a good thing he didn't kill my favorable wins. That would have been bad. Does this kill only creatures? All right, good. Let's see. What do I want to do here? Just keep it rolling.
It's tapping out.
Okay. Basically, if you're trying to build a deck with the wild cards, sorry, I got distracted by everything, attention. What? Stop!
Burn! Double baffling. I only have 1 baffling hand. I'm pissed.
All right. You try to build your deck, and if you are unable to complete like a play set, for example, you need more. When you try to add an additional card to your deck, if you have an appropriate rarity wild card, it just automatically converts it for you. Or there's a mode that you can go in by clicking on the little button in the filter line that looks like the wildcard symbol. It looks like a black lotus. It
I don't mind missing the
will
control
do that
thing.
for you, basically. It basically shows up a menu that has grayed out for cards you don't have, or has the cards that you do have.
Does
you
it
don't
really
have
look
them
like a
for.
Black
So if
Lotus?
you don't have a full play
Is that
set,
what that
then you can
symbol
go through and
is?
select whatever you want, and it will
I don't know
ask
about
you if
that.
you want to convert it, and then it converts it. Now you have it in your collection. Pretty straightforward.
Is the wild card symbol really a Black Lotus?
Man, it's a shame that favorable winds can't dive down.
I don't know what that means,
Will not
Nate.
block. We are probably not winning this game either, but
Ugh,
you never know. I mean,
sad, Nate.
We're currently attacking for more than our opponent's attacking for. That's good news. Moment of craving. No, sir.
No, sir.
Slow down. Check yourself.
It is one of the Black Lotus arts. All right.
3-6.
Cool.
How you gonna kill it? Can't ever. So it's not a 3-6 anymore, and then you get your turn where you can actually do things, and then it's just kind of in trouble. So
Flyers deck is good against double Skittering Heartstopper. Twilight Prophet.
oh, I remember this card. This card's really good, right? Yeah.
Nate hasn't seen this card either. Suppose he was grinding his butt off a week ago, but he hasn't seen a Kumena or a Twilight Prophet.
And I can't attack through it.
Twilight Prophet is not that
alright,
common,
sweet.
to be fair.
Let's do this. And no attackers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Kite sail freebooter. Show me what you got. Hands up. That's a problem. All right, we're probably not winning this game either.
This guy is killing all his stuff.
Not in our aggro deck with 6 lands or double baffling and to slow
That's
us
when you
down.
need Siren Storm Tamer. All right, see you, Huge.
Will he block? Oh, he
Eugenides.
will. All right, cool. All right. Well, this has been fun. I'm going to go ahead and concede this game, give our opponent this, because we are running out of time here anyway. I'm going to run over all the stuff that we went on for the stream earlier, just so you guys know. It's a bit of a look at next week's patch. We get a patch coming out next week. If you guys will get an email about it, I'm sure. It's also we're going to have patch notes, release notes, and everything up on the forums later. Not
Really?
today, but
Shard.
soon.
Interesting.
Basic gist of what I've been told is, first and foremost, emotes are coming. I really appreciated all of the wonderful examples you guys gave
Emote
us
hype.
in chat. I did absolutely notice the fact that y'all are mean. Like all you
Scolding
wanted
us.
was like PJ Salt nonstop
Don't
ways to
scold
make
us,
your
Nate.
opponent recognize that either they are making you mad or that they are themselves getting mad.
Oh,
But,
3.
thank you very much for those of you guys who
0
brought
and
the
3.
love into the emote discussion after that. We are going to be updating that phase ladder that you saw in the middle of the.
I want to see if we can put the cloak on him here. Let's see if we can get it. Let's see if we can get him in here. Get in there, Nate. All right. That's pretty awesome.
The screen there, the one that like tracks what part of the turn it is and whose turn it is. Updating the color and the visual look so that it's more striking than the green that it is right now. I believe Mythic Orange is what they're looking at right now. And then you also the ability to click on those and set a temporary stop for that phase, which is really cool.
Temporary stops. I'm super pumped for.
We are doing some work to update the visuals for the deck builder and the manager as well. I have yet to see those myself, unfortunately, so I can't give you too much of a description of what they look like. But when we stream next week, the patch will have been live, so we'll be able to show you kind of what that looks like now. So we'll walk through all of this next week too. And then we're doing some basic economy
I don't know what you
tweaks,
mean by
or,
that.
You know, like I said, really low-level stuff based on some
Why
of the feedback that you guys
Did
have
I put
given.
Nate
Again,
in the
thank you
Jace?
very much
It's
for,
more of an inside
contributing
joke
to the
between me and
forums.
Bees because
Like,
he
can't
just
stress
loved
this
putting it
enough.
in his
As you
deck
guys
so much.
do or choose not to do things within the game, that in and of itself tells us stuff.
He did have
So,
to. Yeah, that was
things
last
like
week, Bees.
if you don't like your quest and you recycle it, we get to know which quests people don't like, how regularly they're recycling it, and then we get to test different things out. And for example, in this, for quests, one of the things that we know based on that is we do know which quests people seem to not want to do for one reason or another, whether it's the type of quest it is or whether it's the reward for the quest. And so we're changing some of the quests up this time around. I don't know if we're getting rid of we're getting rid of at least some of the like 150 gold reward quests, and some of the ones that just had a flush rate that was really high that people really didn't want to have to do. So we are constantly looking at the feedback that you guys provide us, whether it is direct.
This is just the same garbage. What do you mean we don't want to do it? We don't want to do it because it's 150. Invert the image. Invert Jace. Let's see if I can invert it. I don't know how to do that. We're not going to do that. I don't know how to do that right now.
Direct or indirect, such as through your decisions that you make while playing. The same goes for all the other stuff.
This is really bad. Like he said, they are cutting quests. They're cutting some of the 150 quests. Well, the only reason we're not playing them is because they're 150. I re-roll every 150. You can't do worse than 150, so why would you not re-roll it? This is ridiculous. I like a lot of different quests. Paint, size, invert. We can't do it. We don't have time for that.
Play how frequently you play, how much how often you redeem certain things, what you build, what you use your wild cards for. It's kind of stuff like it helps us make decisions on things like the way that we handle a lot of this stuff. And it's especially true for the feedback that you give us directly in the forums. That's really, really helpful, especially when we have an opportunity to get in and have a real conversation with you. And some of that feedback drives things like you guys have said, we're starting to tweak this economy based on some of these bits of feedback. Like we're messing around with some wild card stuff. Like got notes that we're increasing like the rare and uncommon.
You should have seen me trying to use Google Docs yesterday, Boy Rager.
Making it so that like your common
terrible.
weekly wild card I think is getting replaced with an uncommon. So less commons, more uncommons in places. And so we're constantly going to be listening to the things you guys say and tweaking. That is the whole purpose of this. This is a beta. The game that we're playing right now is absolutely not the final game, so please continue to give us that feedback. And I know for those of you guys who
sure, but that's not clear if they're cutting the 150 quest because they were a bad quest or because they were only 150.
Next week, I am fairly certain at this point, not 100%, but like trying really hard. I should at least have kind of a range of time, a significantly more narrow range of time than soon. For when we're doing draft and also when our NDA is dropping. I'm like literally in the last stages of finalizing some of this stuff right now. So I'm hoping that, not right now. But
you might not be able to tell, but I made this layover myself.
So make sure you're here next week so I can have that information. I'm also like, even though like you guys will go out and disseminate this information, I'll also make sure that it gets on social if you're not able to join us next week. So don't worry too much about it. And then, we're going to look at doing.
Would you re-roll it if it was a 500 quest shard?
With more people in the future, hopefully.
Would you re-roll an enchantment quest if it was 500 coins?
Would like from us too. I know some of you guys out there miss Paul. I miss Paul. And trying to get some more faces in front of you guys, especially nice if we can get some of the development team. They're super, super busy right now. It'd be really cool if we're able to get some of them in front of you guys. So we'll try to do that.
Let's get the heart of the team together.
You guys have been asking for some more regular updates in the forums, and we're working on something for that too. So I'm told less something about this in the forums also, but I figured to let you guys know also that we are
keep a
trying to
logger
find
quest.
At least an opportunity to keep you guys kind of more in check with what we've got coming up and what we're working on right now.
Yeah,
so,
that's what everybody does, Shard. That's why I'm saying the fact that they're drawing data from this
is...
is...
Thank you for dropping in and watching me lose a lot of magic today.
Wrong.
This is what happens when I've put all of my eggs into different baskets than the decks that I've currently built for this stream. My poor baby, my do not delete baby, is it's the deck that I play after hours, and if maybe one of these times I will pilot it on the stream for you. It is
tempting, Nate. Stop teasing us, please.
I know. These are my mediocre janky decks. I've had a lot of fun building them. I even had a lot of fun losing with them. So thanks for hanging out, and I will catch you guys in 1 week. Same arena time, same arena channel. So thanks, guys.
Thank you, Nate. Thank you, Bees.